Hi everybody, I've got a question for you. Do you know whether you're a radiator or a drain? You might be thinking, what's she on about? What's she on about? She's really lost it now. Well, there might be different terms for this, different words, but basically, so a radiator is the person who is always the life and soul of the party. So you go to the party, you may have a friend like this. You may have the radiator friend who's at the party and they're the one who's always smiling, always laughing, always going around mingling, making an effort with people, putting a positive energy into the room, you know, radiating energy, radiating positivity, making other people feel good about themselves. There might be the person who is always the first one to get up and dance, the one who's willing to make a fool of themselves, the one who's always laughing. And then you've got the drain. So my hair's gone a bit crazy. Crazy bun going on up there. Okay. So the drain is the person who, and again you might have a friend like this. I had friends like this, and then I got to a point where I avoided those friends because I spent years trying to turn drains into radiators and trying to use my radiation to lift up those drains. And what happened generally was that I'd come away from those people feeling really, really depressed and feeling like a drain, whereas you know, we all have our days, we'll have our off days, we'll have our off moments, but generally I like to be a radiator. I like to be the person who's trying, who's contributing, who's putting energy out there. I like to have fun. I like to try new things. I like to be the life and soul of the party. If I feel like it, I like to get up and dance. I like to experience things and live my life rather than standing back in the sidelines. So, which one are you? It's really worth having a think about. Are you one of those people who people gravitate towards? Are you one of those people who gets invites to parties? Are you one of those people, you know, that gets the text messages or the Facebook messages saying, oh, we're doing this thing, do you fancy coming along? Do you fancy going and seeing a band? Do you fancy coming to a comedy thing? One of the biggest compliments I was ever paid, and it's funny because you remember the compliments that mean the most to you, and we don't get a huge amount of compliments in our life, but a compliment that a friend paid me a few years ago, and I'd known her a long time and we'd had a lot of fun together, and she basically said to me that she invited me to something and I couldn't make it for whatever reason, and she said, oh, please come along, you always make everything so much fun, you make everything so fun. And it was like, wow, it was such a nice feeling to know that I was radiating rather than draining. So have a think, what are you? How do you want to be remembered? What compliment would you rather be paid? Would you rather be thought of fondly? Would you rather be thought of as a fun person, or a person who at least is up for stuff and who is willing to get up and have a laugh and go out and try new things? Or are you the person who people avoid? Are you the person who doesn't get invites? Well, maybe if you don't have friends and you're not getting invites, maybe it's time for a bit of tough self-love, and it's time to look at yourself and think, okay, am I contributing towards this? Am I a positive person? But more importantly than that, you know, do I make other people feel good? Do I try my best? Do I make an effort with people? Do I listen? Do I walk into a room, walk into a party and everybody goes quiet, or everybody stops dancing, or everybody looks at the floor? If you, excuse me, if you are that person, do you want to be that person? Or would you rather be the person who leaves a place better than they find it? And I kind of think this is what we should be aiming for in our lives if we possibly can. that it doesn't matter how you measure success and wealth and that kind of thing, but I really think a key thing in this world, you know, we're on this planet a limited amount of time. I think it's so important as individuals. One good thing we can do is we can leave a place better than we found it. Me personally, I like to walk into a shop and leave it better than I found it. I like to go and smile at someone and leave that person happier. I like to compliment somebody if they're wearing something really great that I think is amazing. You know, smile at people, make an effort, have a chat, have a conversation with them, ask them how their day's been. You know, have a laugh, say something stupid, and just engage with the world. You know, leave each place better than you found it. Do you do that, or do you leave each place kind of a bit more depressed than you originally found it? Are you trying to radiate, or are you trying to make the world feel as miserable as you do? Worth thinking about, I think. So, yeah, if you're a drain, nothing to be ashamed of. There's stuff you can do about it. I used to be really bad. I used to be generally positive, but also I think I could be a drain. And I'd want people to understand, you know, how hard things were, and I didn't realise I was dragging people down. It's a tough lesson to learn. And I think it's important to be honest and open and be authentic and be yourself, but it's also important to always be trying, and to kind of, you know, go off and have your little rant if you need to. You have your friends that you talk to, get stuff off your chest. You have to have support and be able to talk about your problems. Particularly women, you know, need to be able to talk about stuff. That's how we resolve our problems and come up with solutions. So it's not about going around with a big happy smile and being fake happy all the time. That's not necessary. But I think what's important is being able to come out of that. If you're kind of stuck in that zone, being able to come out of that even for 30 seconds and say hello to someone, or smile at somebody, or ask them how their day's been. I tell you what, you do that 2, 3, 4 times in the course of a day, even on a really difficult day, you'll get to the end of that day feeling much better about your day and feeling as if you've contributed, rather than getting to the end of your day feeling, you know, depressed and fed up about your day, and then you've probably depressed another half a dozen people as well with negative energy. You definitely feel better for contributing. So worth thinking about, everybody. And yeah, any comments, please leave. Let me know your ideas, let me know your thoughts on this kind of thing. And yeah, may you go out there and radiate. Make people smile, why not? Go out there and make a difference. Be the person that people remember, you know? Why not? You get one shot. So cheers everyone, catch you soon.